In the gilded twilight of an empire, shadows danced on the weathered face of Constantine, Emperor of Rome. Illness gnawed at his once ironclad frame, whispering tales of mortality in the opulent chambers of his Nicomedia villa. The flicker of life in his eyes, once ablaze with the steel of 100 conquests, dwindled to a dying ember. Yet Constantine, ever the pragmatist, faced his demise with the same cunning he'd wielded against barbarians and rivals. His thoughts, however, did not dwell on the pantheon of Olympus, nor on the whispers of pagan oracles. In their place flickered the nascent flames of Christianity, a faith once persecuted, now clinging to the fringes of his court. His embrace of Christianity had been an enigmatic waltz, a calculated move woven into the intricate tapestry of his reign. Years of witnessing the unwavering zeal of Christians, their loyalty unshakable even in the face of brutal persecution, had sparked a curious fascination within him. And then came the pivotal battle at the Milvian Bridge. A vision, a divine monogram blazing in the heavens, a whispered promise of victory. Constantine emerged triumphant, forever indebted to the unseen hand he now held in cautious alliance. His decision to legalize Christianity in 313 AD through the Edict of Milan was as much a stroke of political genius as it was a gesture of faith. The empire, fractured by religious strife, yearned for unity. Constantine, ever the master strategist, saw in Christianity a potent tool, a unifying force capable of stitching together the fraying edges of his vast dominion. Temples of pagan gods, once echoing with hymns to Jupiter and Venus, were transformed into havens for the crucified Messiah. Bishops, formerly hunted fugitives, now found themselves advisors in the imperial court, their voices weaving pronouncements of salvation through marble hallways. But the emperor's embrace of the faith was a double-edged sword. Arianism, a dissenting belief system denying the divinity of Christ, threatened to tear the nascent church apart. Constantine, ever the emperor, stepped into the role of arbiter, summoning the Grand Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Within the echoing halls of the basilica, a torrent of theological debate raged. Bishops, their voices hoarse from days of fervent pronouncements, battled over scripture and salvation, their words shaping the very essence of the Christian faith. In the end, a creed, the Nicene Creed, was forged, hammered from the fires of dissent, bearing the unmistakable mark of imperial authority. Even as Constantinian fervor swept across the land, whispers of discontent and ambition slithered through the court. His sons, raised in the shadow of the cross, eyed the throne with the hunger of vipers. Constantine, aware of the imminent fracturing of his empire, attempted to secure unity among his heirs through a final campaign against Persia. His weakened body, however, betrayed him. He fell ill once more, this time unable to recover. With his once formidable frame reduced to a fragile shell, Constantine retreated to the quietude of his villa. It was there, under the gilded ceiling of his chamber, that he finally embraced the waters of baptism, washing away the vestiges of his pagan past. The man who had conquered empires and bent fate to his will knelt before an unseen God, seeking solace in the whispers of eternity. Constantine's death on May 22, 337 AD, draped in the pomp of Christian ceremony, marked the end of an era. His sons, consumed by their lust for power, plunged the empire into a bloody chaos, fragments of Rome scattered like fallen marbles. Yet, amidst the wreckage, Christianity stood firm. The seeds sown by the emperor, watered by the tears of martyrs and the ink of theologians, had taken root. From the ashes of Constantine's dominion, a new Rome emerged, not of legions and gladiatorial arenas, but of crosses and soaring cathedrals. The whispers of the carpenter's son, amplified by the emperor's pragmatism, echoed through the centuries. Constantine, the man of steel and ambition, had unwittingly become the midwife of a faith that would reshape the world. His legacy, a testament to the unpredictable dance of power and belief, stands as a stark reminder that even the mightiest empires can be swayed by the whispers of eternity. The murmurs of change slithered through the marble hallways of Rome 10 years after Constantine took his final breath. His shadow, long and imperial, lingered still, but the empire he'd stitched together with the thread of Christianity began to fray at the edges. His sons, ravenous wolves unleashed, tore at the carcass of unity, plunging the empire into a decade of bloody feuds. Amidst the chaos, the tendrils of Christianity, once nurtured by the cunning hand of Constantine, now reached with their own tenacious grasp. In hushed sermons whispered from catacombs, in roadside shrines adorned with crude crosses, in the pronouncements of bishops cloaked in the mantle of imperial favor, the faith spread like wildfire. Temples to Jupiter and Venus stood cold and silent, their altars gathering dust, replaced by soaring basilicas, echoing with the sonorous Latin of hymns. Flavian, a senator and staunch pagan, watched this transformation with a heart heavy as a legionnaire's shield. He remembered the days of Jupiter's thunderous storms, the incense-laced whispers of Vestal virgins, the raucous festivals pulsating with life. Now, an austere Christianity draped the city in a pall of solemnity, its pronouncements of sin and salvation weighing heavy on revelry. He witnessed the subtle shifts, the silent victories. A magistrate refusing to consult with a haruspex, a legionary whispering prayers to a crucified god before battle, a senator's wife replacing her gilded Venus pendant with a simple silver cross. Each act, a tiny ripple in the tide of faith, eroding the foundations of Flavian's world. But defiance, too, flickered in the shadows. Gladiatorial arenas, now deemed barbaric by the Christians, still roared with the clash of steel, a pagan echo in the heart of the new order. Statues of Jupiter, though relegated to forgotten corners, whispered tales of forgotten gods, and in the hearts of men like Flavian, the embers of the old faith burned stubbornly. One day, under the watchful gaze of a stoic Christus statue, Flavian stumbled upon a clandestine gathering. Torchlight painted their faces in flickering shadows as they recited ancient rites, their voices a desperate chorus against the rising tide. He joined them, drawn by a yearning for the familiar, for the gods who had seen Rome rise from a marshland to a world-spanning empire. But even this flicker of defiance proved fragile. Raids by zealous Christians scattered the gatherings, torches snuffed out, whispers choked by fear. Flavian, accused of pagan practices, felt the icy grip of a new law, Theodosius's edict, the final nail in the coffin of an ancient faith. His temple, once a bastion of marble and gold, was stripped bare, its sacred statues hauled away as pagan trophies. In the year 380 AD, Theodosius declared Christianity the sole religion of the empire. The last vestiges of pagan Rome lay scattered like broken shards of a once mighty statue. Yet, as Flavian knelt in his darkened home, the whispers of change came not from the rising sun of Christianity, but from within. He, who had clung to the past, felt a seed of understanding bloom in the fertile ground of his fear. Perhaps, within this new faith, within the whispered stories of a carpenter's son who died and rose again, lay not just conquest, but also redemption. The fall of pagan Rome was not a thunderous clash, but a gradual eclipse. Its gods faded like forgotten constellations, replaced by a new celestial map. Yet, the shadows of the old ways still lingered, woven into the tapestry of a faith that now claimed dominion over the eternal city. And in the hearts of men like Flavian, the echoes of change resonated, a testament to the enduring power of belief in all its forms. Constantine embraced Christianity and ignited a flame that burned for centuries. Though its path was not always smooth, the faith he championed went on to shape empires, inspire art and literature, and offer solace to millions. The seeds sown in that pivotal moment continue to bear fruit even today, a testament to the enduring power of belief.